you how to use the Fakeapp. And firstly, you need to download the Fakeapp. Go to Google, search for Fakeapp space deepfakes, and you will be finding the link. And yeah, go there and click on this. As there are many requests from the Google Drive thing, they actually blocked the Drive link. Now we have to download it from Mega Mirror, or also you can actually use torrent if Mega is slow. And once that's downloaded, you need to download cuda drivers, or whatever it's pronounced as. Yeah, it's cuda 8.0. Go to the official website, download it for your OS. I'm using Windows 10, so we'll download the particular drivers for my OS. Yeah, go to this link and then you'll be finding the drivers required. Yeah, click on Windows and then select the Windows 10 version, and don't select the network one, select the exe version, that is a standalone thing. Download both of them and then wait for them to download. Let the download be completed, and we'll be continuing once the download's done. All the required files are downloaded. Install the NVIDIA CUDA drivers, and also I extracted the Fakeapp, and it's on the desktop, as you can see. And this installation will take time. Wait for it to be installed. And once the CUDA drivers are installed, you also need to install the Microsoft C++ dependable files, which are required for the app to be working. So let this be done, let this be installed, and we will be continuing the video. The CUDA drivers installation is completed, and now I'll be installing the Visual Studio redistributable files. These are required for the app to be working. I'll be putting the link for this in the description below. And then yeah, save it and then install it. The final block in the puzzle is to install ffmpeg, that will be used to convert frames to video and video to frames back. So search it in Google and then go download it for Windows. Yeah, we click on Windows builds and then click on the download build option. That will download you the ffmpeg.zip or rar. Extract it, and then that's a command line program. And in order to make it work at any place in the computer, you need to copy paste it to the Windows/system32 folder. So yeah, let that be downloaded. Once that's downloaded, let me copy that to the Windows folder, that is in the C drive, the installation drive. Yeah, first let me extract that, and inside that folder you'll be finding this ffmpeg.exe file. Copy that ffmpeg.exe thing to C/Windows, and then in the system32 folder, and that will make the command universal. All the installations done. Now going to the datasets, which is the images of the actors. So I'll be using Henry Cavill's and Nicolas Cage's images. So in this dataset, I downloaded all these images from the Google, and I had to delete all the images which are not clear, which are having his hands in front, or any images which are having multiple faces, as the software will recognize them too and then spoil the whole set. And Fakeapps can only use PNG files, not the JPEGs. So I'll be using LIR software, which is on the desktop, to convert them to PNG. So some of the files here are JPEGs, which I downloaded from Google. So yeah, as you can see, that's the JPEG file. I'll be converting the whole folder to PNG using this LIR software, which is Lightning Image Resizer. That can be used to resize files, but I'll be using it to convert the files from JPEG to PNG. I'll be putting the source folder as the folder which is having all the pictures, and then convert them back to PNG. Don't forget to check the PNG thing out there. And for the destination of these converted files, I'll be creating a new folder which will be the project folder. Let me create that. And in the project folder, you'll be having 3 folders in total. First one being data A. For the destination of these files, I'll be creating a new folder. That's the project folder which I'll be using. It's fakes, and it will be having 3 folders in total. The first one is data A, which will have all the pictures of the actor whom we will be replacing, and the data B will be having the pictures of the actor whom we will be needing in the final video. These pictures of Henry Cavill will be going to dataset A as he acted in the Superman, that is Man of Steel, and the dataset B will be having the Nicolas Cage's pictures. And then that's it for this. Once this conversion is done, I'll be doing the same thing for Nicolas Cage too. Wait for this whole thing to be done. Once you're done with the data collection, you need to extract the faces from those images. So before doing that, you need to rename all the files so that the image names are not too long. If you don't do that, you'll be facing some error. So it's better bulk rename them at a time. Once you're done with the renaming process, you need to copy the address of the folder. No problem with Fakeapp is you need to change all the backward slashes into forward slashes, and if you don't do that, that will also create a problem in the future. So replace all the backslashes with the forward slashes in the address, and then paste it in the extract option in the Fakeapp. That will extract all the faces from the images and also create a JSON file with all the alignment data. And wait for this to be done. I'll be back once the extraction is done. The extraction is completed. Now we need to go to the folder which will contain an aligned folder. Go delete all the images which are misaligned or not properly recognized. We will be using these images in the next training process. So the more accurate these images are, the better the final results will be. So you need to have a diverse set of images with all the lightings and all the effects and also expressions. So the better the image set, the better the final output. So let me just clear all the images which are not looking good, and we'll continue the process. Now let's repeat the same process with the Nicolas Cage folder in the data set B. Rename all the files so that it doesn't create any problem while converting or while recognizing the faces. Once you're done with that, go to the address, copy the address, change all the backslashes to forward slashes, and then continue the process. Now that the extraction is completed, let's start the training process. You need an extra folder which is model. Copy the address of the model folder, change the backslashes to forward slashes again, and paste it under the paths under the respective files. So paste it under the paths in the model thing, and now do the same thing for the align folder inside the data A. Change the sets, like change the backward to forward. Don't mind me saying it again and again, because that will really create a big problem once you start doing the training process. And similarly do that to the third folder too. Go to that, copy the align folder, not the folder address itself, and then change it back and then paste it and start the training process. The training is the crucial part of the whole process, next to getting the images right. So you need to train it for at least 3 to 4 hours or 6 hours depending on your graphic card. I'm using 1070, and this must be my 4th video, and for the sake of this video I'll not be training it for a long time. I'll just make it so that you guys can actually see the output properly, but I don't think my video will be coming out fine. So checking that, let's continue with the process. This will take a while. Keep it training for 6 to 7 hours, so depending on your graphic card again. And yeah, let me skip the whole training process, and you can see the video in the fast forward thing. So you need to keep training this process till you get a loss value which is less than 0.02. Let me show you the loss values. 1 second please. Yeah, so if you are getting the loss value less than 0.02, you can stop the training process, and then let's continue. Coming to the final process, I'll be using a Superman's video. Is a clip from Man of Steel. You need to select a clip in which there are no multiple faces, so it will be easier for us to continue the process. So firstly, you need to extract the frames from the video. For that, I'll be using Ff Mpeg, using this command. So in this command, after the VF, you need to specify the number of frames per second. I'll be using 24 for this video, and that should be fine. And I'll be pasting this link in the description below, so you people can just copy paste it. And yeah, this will take a while. I'll be back once that's done, and I'll fast forward this too. The extraction is completed. Now let's go check the extracted frames, and find the frames in which you need to swap the faces. So put it in thumbnail mode, create a new folder to copy the frames needed, and then yeah, let me create a new folder. This will contain all the frames in which the actor's face is present. So I'll be selecting all the images which are having the actor's faces, which needs to be swapped using the Fakeapp. Copy them to that folder, and then again we need to repeat the same process in which you need to extract the faces of these images using the Fakeapp's first method, which is the extract option. Copy the address again, and then do the same thing, change the backward slashes to forward slashes, and then paste it in the app, and then start the extraction process. Once the extraction is done, it will create an alignment.json file in the same folder. Now coming to the final process, which is the converting or swapping the faces, you'll be using the third option in the Fakeapp. And now in the model section, you need to paste the same model which you had generated in the previous process. And for the data, you need to put in the folder which contains the frames of the actor which needed to be swapped. And don't get confused and use the aligned folder over here. Please use the frames which contains the whole actor and the video. So yeah, and for the model, I told you need to use the model which you had created in the previous step in the training process, and then do the same thing, change the backslashes to forward slashes, something like that, and then yeah, paste that to the model thing, and then start with the conversion process. This is the process in which all the faces get swapped with. If your machine learning or the training process is perfect, it will create a seamless thing, or else you'll be having a video like mine with all the blurred faces and everything. So yeah, training is the key, and the images are also the key. So yeah, the image started generating. You can check the quality. If you're not satisfied, yeah, the quality is damn bad over here because I didn't train them properly. Sorry for that. I just wanted to show you how the whole process is done, and yeah, I'll be back once the whole thing is done. Raw is almost completed. Now the only thing left out is converting the images back. So first thing I'll be doing is I'll be copying the swapped images over the previous frames which I splitted. So it will create the whole clip which I converted. Copy them back, and then we'll be using Ff Mpeg to create the video from the frames. So yeah, I'll be continuing once the copying is done. Yeah, replace the files, and then you'll be having the complete clip. Now I'll be using ffmpeg command, which I'll be pasting it in the description below for you people to paste it to. In order to open command prompt in the same folder, you need to keep holding the shift and then click on the right key on the mouse. That will show you an extra option which is open command window here, and to deepfakes for the algorithm, and the deepfakes app for creating an usable app. And this is how you do the whole process. And thanks for watching the video, people. This is Vamsi from Tech Fortress. If you like it, you can click on the like button. And also, yeah, I'll be showing you the completed video. I guess you people will be disappointed because I didn't do the training process properly. If you want, you can actually extract the sound from that clip and paste it over here using some other software. I'll be putting that too in the description. So let's see the swapped video. Yeah, Nicolas Cage is looking like an alien, as Superman is alien too. Thank you people.